Labadiena. Hello everyone, my name is Vladimir Shlevanevsky. I am from Poznan University of Economics and Business, and today I would like to present you results of our work about analysis of references in different languages of Wikipedia. First of all, why Wikipedia? Because it's one of the most popular knowledge base in the world. For example, it is on the 5th place in the ranking of the most visited websites in the internet. It's huge. It has now over 46 million articles in about 300 different languages. It is also interesting that Wikipedia articles are cited in over 80,000 scientific publications. If we compare this number with number of citations of articles from Encyclopedia Britannica, Wikipedia has almost 10 times more citations. And I don't mention this point, but Wikipedia is very motivating to research because they have a lot of data which are open. And why sources? Why these references? Why decide to research these references? Wikipedia community have different quality measures for assessment, for article assessment. And one of the important measures is verifiability. So authors, users which add some content to the articles also must add some reference which is proof of some statements or fact. So readers of this encyclopedia can check if this fact is true, and maybe also get to the details of this fact. Another aspect, Wikipedia have some templates, they called it quality flow templates, which show that articles have some problems. And one of the most popular templates, quality flow templates, connecting with problems with references. It also proves that reference is very important for Wikipedia. As I mentioned before, Wikipedia have a lot of languages. And if we have some particular topic, this topic can be described in different languages, and each language can be edited independently. So we can have different quality in each language version. In this slide, you can see example of article about Druskininkai. We are Druskininkai. And you can see references of the 4 language version of this article. Lithuanian version has 35 references, Russian has 8, Polish 10, and English only 4 references. Of course, you see there are difference between number of the references. But what if we compare quality of these references, maybe similarity of these references? So we decide to extract references from 7 Wikipedia languages. We take the biggest one, English version, which has more than 5 million articles. Also, we take into the account German with over 2 million articles, French, Polish, Russian, each has over 1 million articles, and also take less developed versions, Belarus and Ukrainian. Unfortunately, I don't know Lithuanian. Maybe in my future work I will take into account also Lithuanian language. And you can see that total number of articles is over 20 million. How we can extract this information about these references? Generally, there are two options how to insert these references to the article. Simple method is to insert link with title or some short description in the ref tag. It's first option. Second option, if we want to have more extended description of this topic, we can use special templates. In these templates, you can insert different additional data. For example, who is the author of this publication? When was this publication published? Some special identifiers, for example, ISBN or GSTOR or ISSN and so on. But there are no one common template in this case. There are a lot of different templates depending on source and language. For example, if you want to cite book, there is particular template, cite book. If you want to cite journal, cite journal. News or web page also has another template. Moreover, each language version can define own templates with own parameters sets. Of course, it's maybe some challenging task, but we did it. We extract all these references, and you can see in this table that about half of the articles have at last one reference. Total number of the references is over 81 million. If we count unique references, we will have almost 30 million references. Also, we can count domains of these references, and we have over 3 million domains. In this slide, this graph, you can see a distribution of these references domains. And you can see that similar trends in each language version. You can see that less developed versions are in the bottom because they have, of course, less amount of references. Generally, it is this zip flow graph is used in natural language processing, but in our proposal it's also useful, as we see. But additional problems with the references, if you want to compare similarity between references, we must also take into account that the same reference can be described in different way. For example, somebody wants to cite some book, like maybe international book, which is translated in different languages, and they put title in Russian, for example, or Polish. Somebody else put title in English. This is the same book, but for computer, it will be different references. Therefore, we must implement some unification method for these references. And one of the methods is take into account these special identifiers, as I mentioned before, which are in the templates, which can we put in the template, special templates. For example, if book has ISBN number, we can change URL address according to this schema. And this slide, this table, shows number of the references which has these special identifiers. The most popular is ISBN number. We have almost 3 million references with this number. The second one is DOI number, over million references. And now about analysis of similarity of these references. In the top of the slide, you can see the Venn diagrams. It can show us overlap between sets of references from 3 language versions. And you can see that not big numbers, relatively big numbers between 3 languages. Table shows overlaps between 2 languages. Yes, we have pairs of this language. And important to note that pair Russian and English Wikipedia has the biggest number of common references. Please remember this fact. Next, we can compare similarity between domains of the references. Here we have some bigger number of common elements. And in this situation, we have bigger number in English and German Wikipedia. Okay. In these slides, we can see that the biggest number is in Russian and English pair. In this slide, English and German. English and German in our data set is the biggest ones. Therefore, maybe you can see, okay, it's connected with the largest of these Wikipedia editions. But if we take into the account only articles with at last 5 or 7 language versions, and then we will have the similar number of articles in each language, we will have similar situation as before. Russian and English Wikipedia, pair of Russian and English Wikipedia, have the biggest number of common references. Also, in situation if we take into the account 5 language versions or 7. We decide next to take into the account some articles which are language sensitive. For example, Polish cities are better described in Polish language. I think that maybe also in case of Lithuanian cities it will be similar. The Lithuanian cities may be better described in Lithuanian language. Maybe. We must check. But in this case, you can see that in each data set, language sensitive data set, always this language, local language, have the biggest number of references. And usually pairs this language version with English gives us the biggest number of the common references. What conclusions we can do, or we did? Wikipedia community puts great emphasis on verifiability on information and checks if these references are open, published, and reliable. We can use different techniques to unify references from different languages. As we proposed, we can use, for example, this special identifier. The biggest number of common references has English and Russian version of Wikipedia. And in this language-sensitive databases, the biggest number of references have local languages. Of course, there are a lot of plans connecting with analysis of these references in Wikipedia. One of these is to use some external databases for unification of these references. Also, we can extract some metrics from these external databases. In this case, we also plan to use some special tools, for example, Systrix and other, of course. We want to input this result to quality models, which are automatically assess Wikipedia articles and information contained in it, and of course enrich other databases such as DBpedia, Wikidata, and others. So when we have information from different languages which are described the same thing, we must know from what language information has the best quality. And next, we can enrich other language versions. And there are some projects which are related to our research. Wikirank.net and infoboxes.net. Wikirank compare quality in different languages of particular article. Infobox.net created for analyze quality of infoboxes in different languages. And that's all. Thank you for your attention.
This paper is awarded to Vladimir Lemonevsky. From University of Economics and Business.
Acho, very thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
And
Great job.
a certificate with a souvenir.
Super.
It's actually USB flash.
Nice. Terabytes?
Even more.
You can check it out.
Let's see what it is.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Unlimited.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I want to thank to organizers. I will call some of the greatest scientists. I am absolutely impressed. Thank you. And of course, I want to thank my teachers because this is also their work. Thank you.